Hello everyone. Today's question, can we re-roast coffee beans? Now many people have wondered, can you re-roast a coffee bean that has already been roasted? Let's say you have a medium roast and you want to make it a dark roast. Is it possible to do that after we have already roasted it to be medium? And others wonder, can you re-roast coffee beans to make it fresh? Now in my case, I have some beans here that are stale. These were roasted many days ago, I would say several months. So this is stale. So can I give life to that bean to make it fresh? Because I've seen some videos where people suggest that in order to make a stale bean fresh, you can quickly re-roast it for a few minutes and that will help. Will it really help? We are going to find out today. So first I'm going to pull a shot using those beans, and then let's look at the pressure and how the coffee is, the taste is, and then we are going to re-roast it to make it more dark, and let's see if it will become fresh or it will become more tasty. Let's find out. So stay tuned guys, let's go to the machine. Here is the beans. They are like medium roast. So let me take 18 grams. Let's keep the number straight. Here I have exactly 18 grams. Okay, I didn't show the grind size. Let's look at the grind size. And it is at 5. So obviously I'm using non-pressurized basket. Okay, so let's pull a shot. And let's begin. Okay, you saw the pressure was around 11 o'clock. It generated some crema, but the flow was too quick. A lot of issues there. And let's have a closer look here at the crema. Okay, and I could obviously see it's a very diluted espresso. I don't see the thick, rich black color there, though it generated a bit of crema. Let's have a look at the crema. Okay, so I'm going to taste this first and see before I re-roast it to see whether there is any difference. Okay, I could taste sourness here. Let's see if there is any difference from this taste, and also we'll look at the pressure after re-roasting these beans. So I usually roast using a cast iron, but I have other methods which I'll be showing in my channel soon. So for now we are going to re-roast these beans I'll make it a bit more darker roast and using the cast iron skillet. So let's make it now. So I got a cast iron skillet here. I just fired up my stove and I'm going to re-roast maybe half a cup of beans and just enough for at least 1 or 2 shots, and we'll see how it goes. So I'll come back when it's warm. Okay, it looks like my pan is really hot, and let's put the coffee beans. And I'll fast forward this video so that you don't have to follow the whole process. And I'm curious to see whether this will crack again. Funny enough, I can hear the crack, the second crack really. I'm going to use a colander to cool the coffee down. I'll switch off the vent. Now let's look at the beans that we just roasted. This is the one that I just roasted. And as you see, it's a bit oily and a bit dark. Not a consistent roast, I must admit that. But it did roast to more darker roast. And you can compare to the original beans before I re-roasted. Side by side. Okay, so the beans are cool now, and let's make an espresso now. It is recommended to leave it for at least 4 to 6 hours, but I'm taking risk and I'm going to taste the espresso after making this. So it's not recommended to do it, but I'm just doing for the sake of the video, so please don't try this at home. Let's get the numbers straight. 18 grams again. Okay, I think that's good. 18 grams. So I'm not gonna change any grind setting. I'll leave it at 5, exactly what it was before. Okay, let's begin. It does look darker than the other one, and it smells a bit burned. I would say a bit burnt coffee. I'm not smelling any flavors or any strong smell of coffee, but it's something new. It smells like a burnt coffee, I would say. Anyway, let's see. Okay, one thing I noticed is the other 18 grams was hard to tamp. It wasn't touching all over the ring, around the ring. So I had to press really hard, but this one I didn't have to press much hard. It's just, it's a bit tad, I would say a tad less grinds. Okay. So I got the other shot glass ready. And let's pull a shot. We'll look at the pressure. I'm very curious to see whether it will go beyond 11 o'clock and if there is any difference in the flow of the espresso. Let's begin. So you guys saw it, exactly 18 grams, and you saw the pressure went all the way up. Look at the crema. I mean, it's still generating a lot of crema. It's coming up and it's thick, rich, like freshly roasted beans. Okay, now this is the first time I'm doing this experiment. I don't know much about it, but I would say you are not advised to drink this. I'm going to taste this anyway. Let's see. I'm very curious to taste this as you are. So first let's smell it and see. Now this is the first shot. This is the re-roasted espresso. Okay, I can smell chocolate on this one and I don't smell anything else. But there is a definite smell of chocolate in this. Okay, this one, I don't like the smell. It smells more the grinds that I just mentioned. Smells like a burnt coffee. Anyway, the taste is also important. Let's taste this. Sorry, I had to go and spit it out. Okay, now that was the most horrible espresso I've tasted. It tastes so bitter. Now, if you're new to espresso and if you don't know what bitterness is, roast your coffee and see. That's bitterness. The whole, I can still taste the bitterness in my whole mouth. It was that horrible. So, do I recommend to re-roast? No. The science behind roasting coffee is when you roast the coffee from the green beans, it has some oxygen in it, some molecules in it which will release at the first crack, and then later on it develops to a darker roast where you hear the definite second crack, and that's how it develops. And my understanding is it should go in a flow and the whole bean should develop from green bean to dark beans in one go when you heat up the whole thing. Now if you re-roast it, it's gonna be very bitter and you are not recommended to taste it. That's why I went and spit it out, because it was that horrible. And it smells also horrible, but it looks honey like pour. I mean, you guys saw how the pour of the espresso was. There is nothing wrong with that flow of the espresso, and the pressure was looking really good at 1 o'clock range. So does that mean the coffee should taste good? No, definitely not. So I wouldn't recommend you to re-roast the beans. Even a quick re-roasting of it to make it more fresh, no, that is really wrong. I saw a YouTube video of someone doing that. I wouldn't recommend that. Anyway, I hope this experiment really helped you, and now you know that you should not re-roast a coffee bean to make it fresh or to make it more dark. So I'll be posting more videos related to coffee, and I'll be doing more experiments. I'll be doing some series of videos on roasting this week. So stay tuned guys. If you're new to my channel, please do subscribe. I would really appreciate that. And if you like this video, please hit that like button, and see you guys next time. Bye for now.